the moment you see him play, I think the first instinct a lot of people have is, okay, he's the real deal.
Oh my goodness, look out. Rack attack. J.J. Andrews, goodness.
But what was your first impression of him?
Yeah, the first impression of him was, all right, the hype is real.
Future Razorback and current Little Rock Christian star J.J. Andrews is the real deal, and perhaps one of the most decorated players in the state's history.
Let's talk about your personal accolades. #1 player in the state, Gatorade Player of the Year, 2-time state champion, McDonald's All-American, 2-time Peach Jam champion, EYBL MVP, you've scored over 2,000 points in your career. What comes to mind when I say all those, and those are just a few of them, all those accolades that you've achieved as a basketball player?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a testament to my hard work. Of course, everybody as a kid, they have dreams of, making it to the NBA and, getting all those high school accolades. And I'm just doing things that I feel can help the team win. The accolades come with it.
After back-to-back state titles his freshman and sophomore year, a quarterfinal exit his junior year, this year, his senior year, Andrews is poised for more. And ahead of his final week or two as a high school player, THV11 sat down with Andrews to discuss his rise to fame.
Teams, triple teaming, doing all types of things to try to stop me.
Recovering from a scary injury.
I stole the ball and I was just running really fast and then it just went dark. I don't remember going up for the dunk or anything.
Being recruited by Coach Calipari.
He took a private plane down back here to Arkansas to come see me.
And his special connection to his dad, former Razorback and NFL lineman, Jay Sean Andrews.
It means everything. It's an honor.
This is THV One-on-One.
What kind of pressure, if any, comes along with achieving those big things as, every year you've gone throughout this program, or as a basketball player, you've achieved more and more things. What kind of pressure does that add, if any, to yourself?
Yeah, pressure to me is, it's not really a thing. I've been getting pressure since I was, young, since I picked up a basketball about 3 years old. So I feel like it's more so a privilege to be able to, go different places, play different places, and hearing the away fans and student sections, hearing them make chants and all types of stuff. So it's definitely a privilege because it's a respect thing. Teams, triple teaming, doing all types of things to try to stop me. And that only leaves my teammates open for them to get better. So it's definitely a privilege to be able to share that and, bring along my teammates.
I think one of the things that impresses me the most about you is, all due respect to playing here and playing in the, in the 5A and all those things. You've done it at this level, but you've also done it in some off-season tournaments and done it in, playing against guys that are the top players in the country. How beneficial are those opportunities that you've had outside of just playing here at LRCA? Oh
yeah, for sure. Peach Jam, EYBL, that circuit, all those camps that I go to, USA, NBPA Top 100, all those camps. And it's definitely a great chance to, play against the best, top-ranked players in the country. And, this summer, winning Peach Jam, being the MVP of everything, that was huge. That was crazy. I didn't even know you could get MVP of Peach Jam. But, just being able to be noticed as the top of the top in that circuit, that's huge because you're playing against the best of the best. I feel like EYBL, that's the best circuit in the country for youth basketball. So it's definitely an honor to be able to play against those guys.
Let's talk about your family. That's kind of one of the cool, unique things about you. Your dad was a Razorback, first-round NFL draft pick. Your mom played college basketball. I think I saw your uncle also was an NFL player, offensive lineman. So how special is that to kind of come from that lineage of having that family support and that family gene of athleticism, I guess.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. I shout out to my parents and everybody in the family tree for giving me these athletic genetics. But I'm definitely thankful. They've been a great support, throughout my entire journey, even especially during the recruiting process and, because that's, the biggest decision I've made so far in my career, just deciding where I want to play at college. So they were a huge help in that. And, my mom, she playing college basketball. That really helped. She had to make her decision as well. And my dad, him being a Hog already, that was a huge help for me. And, they never put pressure on me to go to Arkansas. They just said wherever I felt like was the best opportunity for my career. I feel like they helped me with that for sure. And no matter where I went, they were going to support me. And they always support me throughout anything, win, lose, or draw. They're always going to support me.
Yeah. Talking about your dad, was he still playing in the NFL when you were growing up and everything? And when did he stop that? And what was that like?
Yeah, he was playing while I was a baby. I was like maybe 3 whenever he retired. So only thing I remember, which is a sad memory, but it is what it is. I remember they were playing I think it was Cowboys, and my dad, he got hurt, and I was crying, and that was a sad memory. But I'm glad I at least get to remember part of him playing in the NFL, and he's always been an amazing dad for me and my brother. And especially being a great husband for my mother, him being an NFL player, that comes with a lot of sacrifice of family time and everything. And he made sure that he made the most time with me. And I appreciate that. We called my dad Superman for us. So we appreciate him so much.
Yeah. Kind of going off of that, what do you feel like you've learned the most from him, whether it's how to be a dad or how to handle, playing in the pros and having a family? What is kind of one thing that's been a big thing you've learned from him?
Yeah, he's taught me a lot, but definitely probably just putting your mind to something and, writing down things, writing down your goals and aspirations that you have and visualizing it and visualizing things for others, your family, everything. He's shown me that that's really important. And he's also shown me just how to be a great person. He's a great person, very genuine. He loves to laugh. And I think I get that from him and my mom, just laughing all the time, smiling, having a good time. And he's definitely just taught me to have a great time, enjoy life. We only get to live this life once. So he's taught me so much, but those are a few things.
Yeah. You mentioned kind of your laugh like your dad or something like that, like your humor. I don't know if you've gotten this before, but Jalen Williams, former Razorback, current Thunder player. Have you gotten that comparison, that smiley type? Because every time you make a big slam dunk, or you make a 3-pointer, you're not really turning around like flexing, like mean mugging someone. You're just smiling. Like, where does that come from? And have you got that comparison before?
Yeah, I have gotten that comparison before numerous times, and I think I get that just from my family, just being around my family so much. They've just been just amazing for me through hard times in my career, going through hard times in life. We always find a way to laugh. And it's always, no matter what happens throughout the day, we're always going to find a time to tell each other that we love each other. And we always just look at each other and smile, just find the positive in every situation. So I think I get that from my family.
Yeah. And you mentioned some of those hard times. I'm guessing, your injury a few months ago might have been one of those hard times. Tell me about what you remember about that game, playing at Fayetteville, December 5th. What happened? What was that moment like?
Man, that was scary. But the game before that, I had one of my best games of my career. I had 40 points, 21 rebounds, and I was feeling hot. And coming into that game, it was just win because we were playing Fayetteville High School. And, we knew their fans were going to be there. And, we had to bring the intensity up. And, everybody was on. And we were all hitting our shots, getting to our spots and everything. And then, first half, I think before I got hurt, I had like 21 points already. And I was going. And then the last thing I remember on that play was stealing the ball. Went up I stole the ball and I was just running really fast and then it just went dark. Like I don't remember going up for the dunk or anything. So that was scary. After I finally came to conscious and seeing everybody around me, I was just confused. I didn't understand why it happened. I didn't know what was going on. I just heard voices around me. And being in the back of the ambulance and sorry, it's tough, but just hearing my mom beside me and her being there and holding my hand, I didn't understand what was happening. I kept asking my mom, what happened and why did it happen? And I even asked my mom, did we win? I was worried about if we won the game or not. But when I got there, the Fayetteville coach, he was there, and Coach Wayman was there, my mom, my dad, my brother, and it was scary. It was tough. I had to kind of gain my balance back. walking and, learning. I had to even get my speech back kind of because just how hard I got hit. My tongue was a little numb. So it was definitely a lot I had to learn and regain, my balance of everything and understanding concepts. But I'm definitely, it sounds weird, but I'm thankful that it happened because it just motivated me to come back and finish strong.
Do you feel like that's like the hardest thing you've gone through in your life, or is that, I don't know, like where do you put that as far as hard moments in your life?
Definitely number one.
Yeah.
Definitely number one. That was tough because it was hard to see. It was even hard on my parents. I seen them get emotional a few times, and even my brother, I could tell, it hit him too. So it was just hard because I wasn't able to be my full regular self just because of how I was feeling on a day-to-day basis. Waking up was hard. Getting out of bed was hard. That was tough. My mom had to get me out of bed. I would lay around all day, but she pushed me, and I'm thankful for her, my parents, my brother, the doctors, my coaches, teammates motivated me, my girlfriend for being there for me, and just thankful for everybody.
So what's the recovery process been like for you, and where are you now with all of that?
Yeah, the recovery process, it was a lot. I had to do different things to get my focus back in my eyes as well. Had to do different walking things to gain my, balance and my agility back, and even my wrist. I broke my wrist whenever I came down. Broke the scaphoid area on my thumb. And, recovering with that, just trying to get my range of motion back. When I first started playing, I had to play with a brace on. And that was kind of hard to shoot, but, at least I was out there. And, after a while, I gained my rhythm back. And now I'm able to play without any brace or tape. So I'm thankful for that. And, our trainer, Brandon, he's been taking great care of me and making sure I'm able to be back on the court.
A couple last ones before we wrap up. Your recruiting process. Everyone knows Coach Cal, knows who it is. I know you got recruited by more than just Coach Cal, but that's where you're going. What was it like to be recruited by the John Calipari?
That was crazy. That was great. I never knowing him from being at Kentucky, and first before any of that, it was crazy that he even came to Arkansas for me. I never thought he would land in Arkansas, but he showed up, and so I was like, okay, this is my chance. I get to show that. I should be recruited. And, at Peace Jam, he showed up to a few of my games. Then finally at the championship game, we won it. Then, not too long after that game, I got a call. And it was Coach Cal, and he offered me. And I was like, wow, I really did that. And, I knew the work didn't stop there, though. I had to keep producing. I had to keep working hard, and that only motivated me to keep getting better. So being recruited by him and getting to know him and know the coaching staff, they're all great people. They take care of the players, so it was great getting to know him for sure.
Is there any specific thing that Cal, not to compare too much to other coaches that recruited you, but is there any specific things that he did that made you really want to go play for him?
There was one day we were, me and my mom, we were kind of having some, we had some concerns and everything. And then Coach Cal, he was on vacation with his family. I forgot where they were. But my mom contacted him, and then she was like, we got some concerns. Maybe we could talk over the phone or whatever. And then he was like, yeah. And then he took a private plane down back here to Arkansas to come see me. Showed up to our school. We had a meeting. I was like, he really cares, and that's when I knew I wanted to play for him.
He left his vacation to come and talk to you.
He did.
Yeah, that's a baller move.
Yes, sir.
Talk about next year. Jordan Smith, Abdu Toure, is that how you pronounce his last name? Toure, yeah. Both those guys. Did they commit after you committed? What's it like? What's it going to be like to play with those guys who are that good? And also, what was I know you're an active guy on social media, so did you kind of nudge him, hey, come to Fayetteville, bro? What was that like?
There was a few times, I didn't never make it a serious conversation, but I kind of joked with him and be like, come to U of A, we could be a great squad. And then, they laughed it off. But, at the end, near the end, I was like, kind of putting a few extra jokes in there, just every here and there. But, just knowing that they're coming in, playing with me, them being athletic, I've already played with them at camps that I've been to. Jordan Smith, and he played on the EYBL circuit, and Abdul, we played on the same team at the NBPA Top 100 camp. And, you know, having them, like, I feel like nobody's going to be able to stop us. And we're going to be a great defensive team next year. All athletic, can score at a high level, can defend at a great level, at a high level. So I feel like next year, I mean, you know what it is, looking at a national championship for sure.
And then lastly, whenever your time is done here or with the Razorbacks or even in the NBA, what do you want people to remember you for? When they say J.J. Andrews, what do you want people to think about and say?
Just a great person. Just a person that, no matter where I go, no matter whatever, no matter what accolades I have, that I'm always going to be a solid person. And I'm going to take care of the people that I love and, always make sure I give back, and just a genuine person that you can enjoy being around.
Sweet. Anything else I didn't ask that you want to talk about?
Nothing else, man. I was just, first, let's get this state championship. Next year, let's get this national championship, and whatever happens after that, happens, but that's two.